Hello, hello, hello. It's a hot Friday in Florida. And I am actually here doing a live on a Friday afternoon, which is kind of rare for me, but I am in a new group. They need somebody to fill in, so I figured, what the heck, I'll get my feet wet with a different group. But I am crafting with Kim, and I am actually, like I said, I'm going to be working with a clay piece today, as usual. But the group I'm in today for this event, it's been a 2 day event. Hi there, how are you? Thanks, Brenda. I am working with a group, or not working with, but creating and having fun and hanging out with these ladies in this Wind Gathering Creations group. And it's Brenda's group, which is Gathering Winds Creations. And thank you, Brenda, for go ahead and putting me in there. I've been watching the ladies the best I can. I've been working today. I got off work a little while ago, and here I am trying to get myself shared into the group. Once I see, there I am. Okay, now I can feel a little bit more comfortable about seeing comments in that group. So yeah, so I'm happy to be here. I'm going to give a couple of minutes for other people to kind of mill in and get used to me being in this group. And I am using StreamYard, so I'm coming in from my group, my page, my Crafting with Kim page, and also I think my personal page or something like that. So anyway, welcome. Come on in. I know a lot of you ladies might not be familiar with me that in the other group, but I am in another couple other groups. So yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you guys what I do. And for those of you that don't know me, that aren't familiar with me, hi Deb. By the way, Deb Kraus is she's one of my diehard followers, and I really love her. Thank you so much, Deb. But I work primarily in polymer clay, and if you guys aren't familiar with clay, then I'm going to show you what some of the things I do. I usually do whimsical type things with the clay, sometimes more pretty, but usually it's like fun and whimsical. And today is going to be a little bit more on the whimsical side. The name of this theme is called Hoppin' Into Spring. So most of the group presenters have been doing something with bunnies. And I'm doing a bunny too, but I'm doing it in my own clay style. So yeah, like I said, I appreciate everybody coming in, and it'll be a couple minutes before everybody starts milling in. But I'm going to go ahead and just get started here in a second. By the way, please excuse me in the tank topic. I don't look. Maybe I should have put on a shirt, but I'm telling you, it's 90 degrees here in Florida, and I'm in my shop, and I don't have my air conditioner on. I could have turned it on, but I actually don't mind the weather, but I know that if I was to put on a t-shirt, I'd be a little bit warm. So I hope you guys don't mind me being bare shouldered. I do have a tank top on. I'm not being that risque. But this is my mode of attire in Florida in summertime is basically tank tops and shorts and flip flops. That's what I wear all the time. All right. So anyway, thank you for sprinkling. Like I said, as you ladies and guys or whoever's going to watch, and if you're not watching me, when you see the little live button above in the corner there, then you will be seeing me on a replay. You'll be seeing it after I'm live, and you can just always put in hashtag replay in the comments and let me know that you've been watching. I really appreciate that. Also, if you're not following me yet, I would also appreciate if you tap on the screen there on your phone, you'll see the three little dots up in I think it's up in this corner here. You can tap on those and you can follow me too with Crafting with Kim. And yeah, so like I said, I'm working with clay today. I've got a fun little project. And what I like to do is take you down below onto my table so you can, because it's kind of close up work and you get a little bit better idea. Excuse me, I got to get a little something to drink. Get a little dry here. So as you guys come in and let me know where you're from. If you're new to me, of course, if you have any questions about clay and what I'm doing here, obviously ask. And yeah, I'll be more than happy to help you out. By the way, I wanted to let you know that the next presenter should be in my lineup description there, and it's going to be Gayle with Battlefield Mercantile. I'm curious to see. That's an interesting name. So I'm curious to see what she's got going on after me. So I've got about 45 minutes. So let me go ahead and get started because I've got a lot. I got a lot to do here. Well, I've actually done a lot, but I'm going to be showing you some of the other things that I prepped a bit of it, but it's still going to take me a little time. It always does because of what I do. Okay, I'm switching my camera now, guys. So here I go. All right, so yeah, what I'm doing here, it's not a very big project, but it's going to be a cute project nonetheless. So it's going to be basically like this little bunny on a wooden board. And I've got some wood here. I actually found these out in my yard, and it's kind of rustic, but whimsical, but funky. And Deb, you'll appreciate this because I'm doing my funky flowers again. Okay, you know, like the little flower buttons. It's going to be something along that line. I just really love those little funky flowers, so I'm going with that. So anyway, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going to be working and building this thing up. But I'm going to show you, and you can see by all the mess I got going on here, all the different things. I'm not going to use it all, but I brought a bunch of different things out just in case. Okay, all right, so I'm going to put this aside for now, but this is basically what it is, and it will be it'll be like a little shelf leaner. It'll be able to sit up. I've got a board on the back. I'm going to paint all this and make that a little bit nicer too, but it'll be able to sit up like that. If for some reason after I put my elements on, it seems a little weighty, I'll put another support back there to make sure it sits up. But it's going to be kind of cool. This is just a piece that I found somewhere, and I cut it down and got it to size and everything. All right, so first thing I need to do is I need to work on the bunny because the bunny is going to be made from clay. Now, this is just basically going to be a bunny silhouette. I've got my little template here that I've already cut out, and I've already got one over here that I pre-did, but I'm going to go ahead and do another one to show you basically how I did that, and I'm going to carve it out. I have to keep restarting my phone. Okay, well, that's fine, darling. Just do what you got to do. Believe me, I think we all understand about internet glitches. It happens to the best of us. Show does. So, yeah, how's everybody doing on this Friday? I know some of you guys are getting hit with some pretty nasty weather. I've been hearing about it. I've been trying to watch most of you guys. But I have, this week here in Florida has been absolutely gorgeous as far as I'm concerned. Might be hot for a little bit, but I mean, for some people, but not for me. I like that heat. Okay, so in case you guys aren't familiar with polymer clay or what this is a oven baked clay. It's my favorite clay to work with. I try working with foams. I try working with air clays. And once I've got like polymer, it's kind of like once you go there, once I go polymer, I never go back because I just can't get it to manipulate other clays the way that the polymer works for me. So I'm pretty much married with the polymer clay. Sometimes I will use a little air dry clay just for bulk or whatever, but primarily it's polymer. Okay, so if you don't know, it comes in bricks like this, or it comes in the little small guys, various colors, and you can get whatever you want that way, and or you can paint it, and you'll be seeing me do some of that. Quilty Crafts by Kathy. Thank you, Miss Kathy. I appreciate that. So anyway, yeah, this is a Michael's brand. I actually had a good deal on this. I had a coupon, and I had some my discounts, my what do you call rewards. So I went in and got a bunch of clay yesterday, but this is a white brand. There's different brands. This is just happens to be the one I'm using today. And of course, with some of these were from Hobby Lobby. They were on sale the other day. My white's kind of dirty. I don't. You guys probably can't see that. It's almost impossible to keep white clean, especially in my space. So I'm just kind of going with it. But if you ever need to clean up your clay, you can use a baby white just like you would when you're painting, and it'll get a lot of that surface stuff off. A lot of times I just blend it right in. You can't see it too much. Okay, you've never done clay. Well, this is a good experience for you. So watch and learn, girlfriend. By the way, for those that might be interested in learning more about clay, I actually have a video course, a little 10 step-by-step, like how to get started with polymer clay. It's a step-by-step video course, and it's $12. You get 10 videos, and I get you from the very beginning, from how to cut, the types of clay, baking, projects, and all. It's kind of fun little course. It's a great way to get started. Anyway, all right, so what I'm doing here is you can see that I'm rolling it out. It's just kind of like doing biscuits or fondant or, pie or something like that. There's a little color variation in this one. I think it's because I had two different colors of clay in there, like a little bit lighter color. And if you blend and blend and blend more, you can get that blended in. But I'm not going to worry about that because I'm going to be doing a little design on top of my bunny. But what I want to do here is you can get this clay actually really thin. This might seem thin to you guys, but this is actually thick for polymer clay. But I want to keep this one a little bit on the thin side. But I'm going to kind of get it to where my bunny will be able to, my little bunny silhouette will be on there. Hopefully I can get through a good portion of this. So what I'm doing here is I have these rulers on the side. This kind of gives me an even roll. So if you want your pieces to be, pretty even, you put this, this makes it a little bit thicker. You can also use a pasta maker. I've got one sitting right over there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on, my camera. Right there, that's a pasta maker. And when I need things rolled out really consistently and thin, that's what I use. Okay, but I want it to be on the thicker side for this particular project. So I think it's pretty good. Like I said, it is kind of dirty. I'm going to take, usually I try to clean all my rollers and everything off and my surface off before I start. But I did a lot of prep on this the other day because, like I said, I had to cut the wood. I went out, found the other pieces. I got my wires ready for my flowers and all that happy stuff. Battlefield Mercantile. I am so curious of that name, girlfriend. You got to explain that. I'm going to watch you after I'm done here, and I want to know the explanation behind your name. I think it's kind of cool. I'm assuming it's just kind of like you got all kind of stuff hanging around and it becomes a battlefield, like a minefield. I don't know. You'll give me that explanation. Anyway, yeah, I'm so happy to be here, guys. It's good to meet some new girls and hang out. Like I said, I'm part of the Crafty Bunch in a couple other groups, but it's my first time here, so I appreciate some love and you guys letting everybody know I'm here and what I'm doing. I know some of the other crafters out there, they do a little bit of polymer clay with some of their projects. I pretty much do all of my projects with polymer clay. I will add other elements into it. Like today, I'm going to be working with wood and wire, but it's primarily, a polymer clay project. All right, so I'm going with this right here, okay? And what I'm going to do is take my little template. I just got this off the internet, off Pinterest, and I'm just going to cut this out. Pretty easy peasy on that. And then once I cut it out, I'm going to give it a little bit of, how would you say, I'm going to give it a little bit of personality, so to speak. Personality walk. So you guys been enjoying all the ladies today, all the other crafters? Been seeing some pretty cool stuff, really, honestly. Like I said, I was working until about an hour ago, so I tried to catch the majority of it. But you can see how simple this is. I'm just literally taking an X-Acto knife and I'm cutting out my little image. You can actually make, a three-dimensional bunnies, and I've got some of my other, by the way, you want to join my group and join me, join this group too, the Winds Gathering group, but also join my page because you'll be seeing some other bunny pieces that I've done that are actually like three-dimensional, like real three-dimensional. They're actually like full bunny pieces. I've got a couple different things because I had some other clays, some air dry clay that I was trying to use. Like I told you, I don't use it very often, but I was working with this air dry clay. So yeah, okay, so got the little bunny silhouette there. I'll put this over here and hopefully not get it too wet. Now, let's see. Initially, I'm going to show you my other bunny. This is the bunny we're kind of going for here, okay? This one we're going to do like a little quick little impression on this to get it like this. Initially, I had thought I was going to put it this way on that. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. I might use it for something else. This was my play one, okay? But I decided to turn it the other direction on the piece. So that's why I'm going this way with this one. Okay, but to get this, to be able to kind of like, I call it like painting or drawing on it. What I use is a stylus, generally stylus. I have a lot of different sizes here. But I'm just going to draw this basic image of the bunny on here. And I just I just did this by memory. I don't know, I didn't really have a reference. I think I got my bunny pretty close, but I'm going to kind of use this one as my guide. So yeah, like I said, hey Deb, how's it going? Great today. So you were part of this today. Da, da, da. Hey Jeannie, thank you, darling. All right, so yeah, what I'm doing here is just this clay. Like I said, it's a very warm day today in Florida. And if it's warm, your clay is going to be a lot more sticky, especially this type of clay. So you don't want to drag it too much. You want to just lightly kind of go over it, impressions like this, and get that kind of feel for it. Now, like I said, I'm just basically drawing on top of the clay is all I'm doing, okay? Like if I wanted to do more of a three-dimensional, I would most likely use an armature, which basically means I would use a little aluminum foil underneath it and then go with there. But in this case, I wanted it to be kind of more on the flat side. So I'm taking like a ball stylus And then I'm creating those little impressions in the ears with that. Then after I do this, we're going to color this a little bit. I've got some stamps here. You guys can see I went out and I got a really good deal, like I said, at Michael's yesterday. And I bought a bunch of new colored stamps, and I've got a couple little stamps I'm going to try. And I'm going to be using some eyeshadow and all that to kind of give this a little color to this bunny, the bunny love. All right, now I'm going to do the eye. I'm just going to literally poke a little hole right here for the eye. Okay, got the eye. And the nose, let's see. I need to do like one that's, I want to get that nose, maybe this guy here. Just kind of create a little bit of that square nose. Okay. And then I'm going to do a mouth right here. I'll look up in a minute, guys, and look at the comments. You guys, oh, now see, the mouth to me is important because if he doesn't smile, it's going to look like a mean bunny. I don't want a mean bunny. Isn't there like a thing out there about mean bunnies or something like that? The Mad Bunny or something like there's something about bunny. I think it's a band, actually. I forget the name of the thing. All right, so make sure that he's got a decent smile. I don't want him to have a bad smile. I mean, a little bit of a smile is all I want. Okay, and then I'm going to put like a little bit of separation underneath his neck here. All right. So you guys tell me, how's it going today? What you guys got planned this weekend? I'm taking my honey bunny. I bought tickets to Monster Truck Jam here in Orlando. And he's always looking at those on his phone. And so our first year anniversary, we've been together for many years, but the first wedding year anniversary is the 26th of this month. So I bought him Monster Jam tickets for an anniversary present. Hey, you know what? It's about what he wants to do. Right? It's not always about what the woman wants. I try to please him too, because he's always doing stuff for me. So, all right. So there, I'll put like just some little peepsy things on here. The tail, I just went ahead and I got like a bigger stylus and just kind of poke little pokey marks on him, like pop, kind of give him some texture on the tail. Matter of fact, I think I put a little extra on there to make it a little extra fluffy, like a little ball. Those are some fun. Yeah. So is Supercross. Oh, Supercross. Yeah. Now we went to a smaller version during COVID up in here, and there's a town called Ocala, which is kind of like horse country. They had one during COVID, and because they were a little bit less restricted than some of the other states about gatherings, and we had fun with that one. But this is the big one, the big motor. But I imagine, yeah, I would like to do a mud, like I'm a country girl at heart. And I wouldn't mind doing like a mud run kind of thing where you go and watch people get out in the mud and do that. Okay, hold on. I'm paying attention, make sure I get my foot right. So I'm basically, like I said, I'm just carving these images out a little bit to give them more definition. He could have easily, or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, because it could have easily stayed as just a plain silhouette and it would look cool. But I thought it would look neat to actually put a little bit of the impression of the feet and whatnot in there. If your clay is thicker, of course you can go thicker and make it look more dimensional. But this is just a quick like little draw into the bunny. Okay, I think I've got what I need there. Supercross, is that like motocross or is that car? All right, so you guys can see I put a little impression in the bunny, so he's actually looks more like a little bit of a bunny. I don't know. You guys think that smile's okay? It looks kind of like a little sadistic to me. I don't know. I feel like really weird about smiles and animals. I don't want them to look weird and mean. Bad Bunny. That's the name of that band. I don't even know what kind of music it is. I don't think it's the type of music I'd really listen to, but I know there's a band out there called Bad Bunny. All right. So anyway, Supercross is motocross. That's what I thought. Yeah, motocross. Yeah, I would probably be into that too. That's pretty cool. There was a day and time when I'd been on bikes and all that sort of thing. Haven't been on a while, in a few years, but I had boyfriends and husbands that were, exes that were into that, but haven't done that in a while. Now this is, I was just playing. This is still raw. You guys can see it hasn't been baked yet. I was just playing around with some stamps. These are some stamp colors of my little stamps I got yesterday, and I don't know if I'm going to bake this the way it is. I might, because I might be able to use it in something, or I might just ball it up and, let the colors kind of mix together, because I do that a lot sometimes, trying to get some samples. Now, what I'm going to do here with the bunny, though, is I want to put some colors on the bunny and like stamp it up and make it kind of cute. So I'm going to put this aside too, because I'm going to use a little bit of that for my flowers. And let's see. So bunny colors. What I'm going to do here, there's lots of things that you can do to color it. Before, when it's raw and sticky like this, you can use either mica powders, you can use acrylic paints. Of course, you can use the paints after it's painted too. But when it's raw and sticky, you can actually use eyeshadows. And like I said, even, what do you call those, pastels, dry pastels. So this one, I wanted these soft colors because it's kind of it's an Easter theme. So I want to go with, I'm kind of going, I can't decide colors. I'm just going to kind of go these browns and greens and see what happens. I'm going to try this one here. It's kind of an aqua. And I'm just going to put a little bit here and there and see what happens. So you get like soft blends with these. This was kind of nice. If you don't want it to be really harsh, you can just kind of, blend with these colors. It's good for like if you're doing blushes and things like that on your pieces, and you don't want it to be like super harsh with your colors. I honestly don't exactly know where I'm going to put this. I'm just kind of playing with it right now. There's a little light blue. Oh, I like that one. If I don't like it, I can kind of brush it off. I can kind of clean it off with the baby wipe, but I think I kind of like that blue there. I'm kind of going more in the blue families. I might put a little bit of brown touch on it too. All right. So I had a whole bunch of bunny jokes pulled up, guys. If anybody's got any bunny jokes they want to share, that would be super cool. If I get a chance, I'll try to pull them off my phone. But one of the most important thing is trying to get through this process here with you guys. So if I have, and I also, if I get time, I will do a giveaway at the end. I have a giveaway tool when I use StreamYard, and I'm going to try to use that a little bit. So let's see. I'm going to add a little extra color on here too with this other one and see. Yeah. Oh, how fun you made as far as like the colors. I know, isn't it cool to be able to just blend with these? And they're so soft too. They just give a really nice, like soft effect. This is actually like a real light, like celery green, this one up here. But it looks more yellow when it's on the clay. And of course, one thing too, if you color something like this and it's raw, and then you bake it and you decide you don't like it, you can always paint right over the darn thing. It ain't no thing. It's no big deal. All right. And I'll probably end up putting a little bit of brown in here once I get it painted to kind of bring out some of the extra little things in here. All right, so I'm going to kind of go with that. I don't want to overdo it. I just kind of wanted to put little touches here and see what it looks like. Hopefully my colors will be all right. So I think what I'm going to do here for my colors is I'm going to use an ink stamp. And I like this little guy here. It's a very small one. And playing around with the colors, I don't want, like I said, I don't want it to be like crazy, but that really, I don't know, guys. Yellow, I'm debating whether I should put yellow, or this is a very, very light, very, very light. It's lighter than I thought. It's called spearmint, but look how light it is on the clay. It's super light. You guys like this blue one better or the aqua better? The aqua's kind of pretty, isn't it? I kind of like didn't want them to be like super, 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 super dark though. What's invisible and smells like carrot? Bunny farts. I knew that one. I knew that one. All right, Ted. Yes, I was thinking about saying that, but I didn't know if I should say FART or not. But hey, why not? Go for it. All right, so I'm thinking that I might do this. It's either this color in yellow or orange. What do you guys think? Should I go orange in this, or should I go uh, more bolder and do this one's really bold with the red. I could do the red and these two colors. Just trying to figure out what little color stamp I want to put on here. You can see how colorful these are. These are really, really, they really stand out. Okay. Man, I haven't got too many eyeballs. I only got 5 people watching, 6 people watching. Dang. Anyway, so there you go. See, anyway, I think I'm just going to go with my first instinct and do what I thought. And if I want to add something different, I will, even though these are super light. So I'm just going to stamp these up. Okay. And these, like I said, I just got these stamps. And the one thing I got to be careful about is overdoing it on the edges. Sometimes I press too hard on the stamps and I don't want those edges to come through, because when you, it's different than paper, because your paper doesn't move, but when you're working with the clay, you can, you know, put your impression too deep and actually you'll get that little, the edges of the stamp in your piece, and you really don't want to do that. At least I don't. So I'm just going to lightly stamp in there. Yeah, I like this. I'm liking this. That's the only one I know. Yeah, that's funny because that was the first one that came to me too. Like I said, I had a bunch pulled up on my phone, but I haven't really taken the time to try to find them. Yeah, oh, I like this. I like this. I like this. This is cute. This is cute, guys. It's gonna be cute. Cute, cute. And I'm just kind of arbitrarily putting them. Now I do want to think I want to put a little yellow in there too, just to put a couple little small yellow ones in there. I had some other stamps, but I don't know where in the world to put them. We're just going to try it. We'll just go with this. I'm just going to stick with the same stamp, but a different color. That way it won't be too, like, all over the place. Oh, I had one. Wait a minute. I had a leaf stamp somewhere. Is that around anywhere, guys? You see my leaf stamp? Oh, you guys, you wouldn't know. I don't see it right now. All right, we'll just go with this. Hey, Miss Mary. How's it going? I'm making me a clay bunny. Yep, we're doing clay today, of course. And I'm putting a little, I think I'm just going to add a little yellow. That's a very, very light yellow. See if I can stamp it a little bit harder than that. Okay, yeah, that's not showing up too much, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind the light texture on it, the light touch on it. It's not a problem. Okay. All right. I might decide to go back over here and add a little extra, because usually when I'm not on the live, I kind of finesse it a little bit, and I might do all that before I bake it up. Okay, so my bunny's done now for the most part. So what I'm going to do is switch over and start working on my little flowers. And my flowers are going to go, those are my funky flowers, and they're going to be attached to these pieces of wire. I got 3 pieces of wire here that I've already twisted up. I know I would twist those up for you and show you how to do it, but I don't think I'm going to have time for that. All right, so I got like 20 minutes. Oh, here's my leaf. Here's my little leaf. This is a cool little leaf design. That's a little guy. Anyway, I'll try to use that somewhere else. So let's do these little funky flowers. I need to move you over, Mr. Bunny. I think I'm going to put you over here with the other bunny. This is always fun, you guys, to do this. Actually, I said I wasn't going to move all this, but I need to kind of do it because I need to be able to show you guys how it looks on the thing. But it's so stinking sticky and hot, and it wants to stick to my piece. So basically what I was going to do is just basically cook it on here. And I might do that if it's going to start giving me problems. I probably should put some cornstarch down first so it wouldn't drag too much. Hold up. There we go, Mr. Bunny. Now you're up. Okay, I got it lifted up. All right, so I am going to go ahead and put this one over here on this piece. And I think when it comes time to actually show you how I'm going to assemble it, I'll use probably the what you call it, the, what is my word today? The template. I'll probably put it on the template here. Okay, now, for these little flowers, what I did here is I had a bunch of mishmash pieces, literally like little pieces left over, and I just kind of squished them all together, and I got like a little color variation here. I kind of like this sort of effect. And when I do those little funky flowers, that's sort of what I do. I just use like any leftover pieces I have to get some kind of cool effect on it. So I'm going to do 3 little flowers. And matter of fact, I think I'm just going to mill this up in here, and I don't need this right now. I'll actually probably, maybe I can even use this to go with my flowers. So yeah, like I said, my style is usually more on the, like I said, the whimsical, fun side. Sometimes I do things more, I don't know, more girly or something like that. But it kind of just depends. I have a tendency to just do more really like kind of funky and fun things. Okay, so I'm just going to roll this out a little bit, and then we're going to cut out. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what I want to cut out. I'm going to use this little guy here, and I'm just going to cut out. This is like a little Play-Doh dude. Okay, I've got several different cutout things here. This one didn't cut out very good. I should put some darn cornstarch. I keep forgetting to put cornstarch down on my surface because this thing is so sticky. Okay, so that's that. Now I think I want to put it, I want it to be bigger than that though, I think. Maybe. You know what? I'm going to do something different, guys. Change my mind. We're going to do it differently. Haven't been to monster trucks or supercross in years. Yeah, they're fun. Like I said, the one we went to, of course, you know, you guys can imagine they're super loud. In Ocala, it was a smaller version, but it's still pretty cool. And they actually let you get in one of the big monster trucks in the back of it and take rides. Oh my gosh. Don't ever do that unless, I mean, I got a bad back. There was no shocks in the back of that thing, and we were bouncing around all over the place. It was not a fun ride at all. Oh, not a fun ride. All right, so now I'm going to use, I switched. I'm going to use a smaller one here, and I'm going to use this little flower dude, and I'm going to use this guy to kind of get me a cutout, a big cutout as far as the size can go. I might not do that. I want a good portion of this color to show background, and we're going to see if this shows on top of it. I'll put this little guy right on top. If it's too much, you know what I'm going to do? This is where I start playing. So a lot of times when I'm doing these projects, I mean, I have a general idea, but then I decide, you know, I'm just start playing around with it to get it to where I want. So it might not, like I said, it doesn't always come together when I'm on a live. This is where, by the way, I'm going to tell you guys, I have a group called Mud.Clay.Art. I started it last year for it to be an actual like membership subscription group for us to people to get in there individually, and I could do lives with them like through Zoom or whatever, and we can get in there and learn together and do projects. Now, I stopped it because honestly, I got busy doing life stuff and I just didn't have that much followership, but I really want to start it up again. And I am thinking about doing that maybe in the middle of the year. If anybody's actually interested in that, you know, let me know. I mean, I'll make more announcements about it, but I would love to start that group because that way people can actually do, you know, we'll pick projects of the month and that kind of thing and do things together. And it's really a lot of fun to play with the clay, and I can teach you, you know, more privately, a little slower, and get to see all that good stuff. All right, so that's kind of say when I throw these little whimsical flowers together, they're just kind of like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So there's one kind of idea. Now I'll just kind of take, where's my little teeny stylus? Sometimes I poke little holes in it, kind of give it texture. Sometimes I'll put another little piece on top. Maybe I'll add like a color in the center here. Sounds like my kind of truck. Hey, girlfriend, I am a truck girl. I have had a truck. Okay, I'm almost 62. I've had a truck since I was 16. It was my dad's truck, but I've always had a truck in the family. I'm about trucks. I mean, from needing them to haul stuff to just having fun with them and all that. So, yeah, I know about trucks. I've had, okay, I even totaled one. Yeah, I had a truck. I had like, I'll run them to the ground. I had one and I got in an accident and I totaled it. And so we got another one now. It's just an old beater, but it's good to have a truck around. Good to have a truck around. So I'm just putting, like I said, I'm just arbitrarily just throwing some extra pieces on there. Because when you do these little whimsical guys, I know they're sign up, might not be able to see it, but I'll bring it up in a minute. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to put one on one of the wires. And then I'll make a couple more. This reminds me of the little design on the mirror. Yeah, that's kind of what, well, sort of, kind of. The flower buttons, this is the same kind of concept as doing flower buttons. If anybody doesn't know what those are, then I know they're really fun. They're really cool. I did a whole flower button bouquet, and it turned out super, super cute. As a matter of fact, I think it's on my Pinterest site. By the way, if you guys go to my page, I've got my Telegram set up. I've got my link tree set up with all my links to my Pinterest and YouTube and all that stuff. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys might go over there and check that out and join some of those. That would be super cool. Finally trying to get a little bit up here. All right, so I've got this little guy. I'm just going to call this one good. I might end up putting a little touch, but I kind of like the white on it too. So then what I'm going to do here is take one of these wires, that I pre-did. Okay, let me see if you guys can see that. See, I've got these wires here, and I left a little bit of a loop on there to kind of give it something for the flower to kind of sit on a little bit. And I'm going to end up cutting this too. Probably should cut it before I put it on there because I have to bake all this. You guys understand? I have to bake all this first before I can actually send it onto my board. But I do kind of want to get a general idea of, of the size that I want. So let me push this over 1 second here, guys. All right, so I decided that I want my bunny here and that there. I did go ahead and attach a piece of foam, of like the floral foam, the real dense stuff back there to kind of hold them in place. And I will actually um, put those, not put those, what am I doing? Hold up, I'll get marker. I will actually glue them onto there too to make sure it's extra sturdy. I got to get my wire cutters over here. So I just have to cut this. Got some big old handy dandy wire cutters. Now, don't want these to stick out too long, but I want them to have enough so that they're going to look kind of cute. All right, I think that's going to be about right there because I have to have enough for it to stick inside the wire too. So what I'm going to do here basically is I'm taking my little flower and I'm just sitting it on the back here of this one. Then I'm taking a little bit of the same color clay and I'm just going to sandwich it on the back to just hold it on there. And let me see if I can turn it over. It doesn't look as pretty as it should in the back, but I'll try to play with it a little bit more when I get off camera. I don't want to manipulate it too much because it takes too much time. But you guys can give it, let me see again, it will give it a nice rustic look. Girl, you're so talented. Thank you, Deb. Thank you for that. I don't know. I just like, yeah, it's just playing with the clay, guys. It's just, I love playing with this clay. It's so fun. All right. So anyway, so that's like one little flower. Okay. You guys can see that. And the way it's gonna be is, let me get this piece out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and probably like pre-stick it in here. And I'll end up, like I said, I'll end up gluing it on there too. But you guys are gonna get the idea how this is gonna be on the board here. Okay, and then I will have 3 other flowers going along with it. Okay, and then I'll be able to bend the wire and whatnot. And then I'll be able to, I'm going to play with this bunny a little bit, maybe get some different color. I'll put my bunny on there and then I'll jazz it up a little bit and zhuzh it and add some extra little leaves and stuff like that. So that's primarily what the concept of this thing is. Get my little bunny on there and he's going to be real cute. It'll look really nice. It will be nice. A rustic look. Yeah, like I said, that's it's kind of like whimsical rustic. That's why I'm using the wood pieces and this little piece here. This little piece of board here, I think my husband actually found this somewhere, maybe even the Goodwill. And he's like, you might be able to use it someday. And it's been sitting around forever. And so, yeah, so I'm using it now. Now, here's the deal. If a person wanted to, do something along this line, of course, you don't have to have a little funky piece of wood. You can get any of those little wood pieces that you find at the Dollar Tree or whatever and just put them on there. I'm trying to get my bunny so he's not hanging out. All right, so I do have, let's see. Oh, so I got about 8 minutes. So let me go ahead and make another flower. But you guys are going to see it's going to be these little cute flowers. And then, yeah, let me put this over here and get this out of the way. So there's one flower. So got 2 more to go. See if I got 2 more flowers. Hey there, Miss Lydia. Lydia, how are you doing, Miss Lydia? Lydia was she was the spotlight presenter. In another group, we were doing the Crafty Bunch, and she did a great job. She had bunny bums. That was her theme, and all the girls had to kind of create something that was themed around bunny bums. It's kind of cool. I'm gonna Wendy's on Sunday, and then I'm on Wednesday. Mine is going to be unusual planters, and I'm going to do like a little planter with houses around it, guys. So it's going to be kind of cool. You might want to catch that. Now here's another one. I've also got this green one here. Let's see, I've got green already. Let's do this one. This one's got more blues and browns in it. And I'll just I want to use the background of this one this time. Where'd this big guy go? Here we go. Kind of wish I hadn't mushed that up now, but it's all right. Yeah, it's going to be cute. I've been planning it out. And in all sincerity, I was already initially planning on, cutting out all my houses and whatnot. And then I got this mold. I saw this mold of houses on a silicone mold, and I thought, oh, that'd be cool to use the mold. Well, I got the mold, and it's actually smaller than I wanted. So I was like, I don't think I'm going to use the mold. I think I'm just going to um, cut my own out and try to make it pretty simple. Kind of like what I did with the bunny, how I cut the bunny out, but I'll be cutting out these little houses and then I'll put them around and make that this cute little planter. Let's see if this is going to be big enough, this one here. I don't know, that one's kind of small. Maybe I can do 2 on that one. So I've got these cute little flower here. Can you guys see that? I think I'm just going to kind of put it up. I don't know, should I do it in the center or off to the side? I think I'm going to do it like up in here, and then I'll put another one down. That's what's kind of fun. Like I said, it's just playing. You just kind of get the clay, you play with your colors, play with your textures, and, you know, just kind of wing it. Yeah, I know. I do know you start out with a plan, but then it always ends up going a little bit different than I wanted to. And it makes it a little interesting when you do lives because it's, you know, I don't exactly know what it's going to turn out to be. But I kind of like the element of surprise, right? What are you making, Kim? Oh, you know what? I'm making like a, it's kind of like a little bunny, like whimsical bunny with some whimsical flowers. I don't know if you remember those little flower buttons that I did and a couple of my other little whimsical flowers. I just love those things. So I'm doing a couple more of those on some wire stems. And then I've got this funky little bunny that is going to be on it. I'll show you the board in a second. Right now, I'm just kind of putting the little flowers together. I've got 3 flowers that I'm going to be using. Hey, Brenda, how's it going, girl? How's everything going with you? Any better? Thank you for hosting this, Miss Brenda. Appreciate it. Thank you for letting me come on and be a part of this group. By the way, remember, after me, I've got about 6 minutes. We're going to have Gayle, Battlefield Mercantile. And like I said, I don't know. I've never seen her before, but a lot of you guys have never seen me here if you're in this group. So now you got a little bit of idea what I'm about. All right, so I'm going to push that down, make that a little bit bigger. Then it needs something else. I think I'll take a little bit of this green here and just kind of throw that in there in the mix. Like I said, I got a bunch of fun colors to play with. Yellow would have been really cool in here too. Do I have any yellow? I don't think I do. I could always paint this too, even if it, like I said, even after I bake it, if I want to go over and add any paint colors to it or touch it up and add some little polka dots or something, I just might do that, guys, because that's how I finish it off really cool. Okay, this is going to be flower number 2. All right, so I got to get that up off there and get me something to put on the back here. I think I'm going to do this back like this. Press this out. Yeah, it is going to be cute. Like, hold up a second and I'll kind of show you how it's going to. I'm not going to be able to assemble it all as the live goes because I have to bake everything. I thought about pre-baking a lot of these and then just kind of showing you guys how I do it like I do sometimes. But I thought, you know what? I'm just going to, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take another one of my wires if I can find out where they are. So I've got these are my stem wires, a little funky. I just wound them up. Okay. And this one I need to cut a little bit too because I know these are pretty long. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the end of this off with these wire cutters. There's some pretty heavy duty guys. I had some wimpy ones from the Dollar Tree and they didn't work like a darn. So, oh, by the way, I've got these 2. These are pretty cool. This is a leaf mold. I will be adding a couple leaves on here. That's why I had that green. I'll add a couple extra little leaves around there and make it kind of cute and decorate it up. All right, so now what I'm doing is I'm going to put the flower on the, on the wire. I'm probably going to add some yellow into this. I see yellow in this thing, but I'll paint that on. Maybe I'll do the yellow polka dots. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually putting it to sandwich it in there so the wire holds. I'm putting it like that on the back, okay, and kind of pressing it down lightly, okay, and then I'll just bake it like that, flat, and then be able to pick it up. And once it's baked, it'll be nice and hard, and I'll be able to manipulate it the way I want it. Okay, so that's another flower. Here's one. And so Lydia, just for sake, like I said, I got like 3 minutes and we have to go soon. So it's going to be on this little, it's like a shelf sitter, Lydia. Let me push this up. It's like a shelf sitter. Okay, so it's going to sit here. It's going to have, the flowers are going to be like this. coming out of the stem, like I'll show you, coming out of the little piece like that. Okay, and then I'll have another one. And then I've got my bunny over here. I'm going to recolor my bunny a little bit, I think, but I've got this little bunny. And the bunny's going to sit off to the side like this, like he's going to be on his little piece of wood. Okay, and it'll be sitting up like that, sort of like that. And then I'll add some leaves and other little fun things. By the way, I did want to mention this piece and all my other pieces. I've got a lot of lines this one. Jan Hauser, Lydia, and I, and some of the other girls from the other group we set up another auction site. And we're gonna be doing auctions in another group, which is actually listed in my link tree. So if you guys get up on my link tree, and I'm going to go ahead and switch over because now I've got a couple minutes. I want to try to do my giveaway. Let me turn my camera over. Okay, yeah. So, like I said, you guys want to get in at the end of the month. We're going to be doing, I think, right now the third Thursday of the month. I'll make announcements in my group. But at least me and Lydia and Jan and probably some other ladies are going to join in and do that auction on a different site now instead of the one we've been doing. But we'll be doing like we normally do. On a Thursday. It's going to be on a Thursday, I think maybe like Thursday early afternoon, going into that kind of thing. So, but we'll make announcements on all that and all our pages. So, we're still rolling with all of our pieces to be able to sell them and do what we need to do. And okay, let's see. I've got 1 minute now. I really don't have time to do the giveaway. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, if you follow me on my page, the next event that I have will be this coming Wednesday in the Crafty Bunch, and I will be doing a giveaway. I promise you. I have my little fun giveaway tool, and I'll be doing that. But I don't want to take up any more time now because I want to let Miss Gayle, and I want to watch her. I want to see what Gayle's all about. There have been some really cool things. I don't know if you guys saw the other ones and saw a beautiful the gal right before me, the Granny Annie, she had that amazing, like big, huge bouquet with the pink bunny with the bling bling on it. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know me, I always go like fun and whimsical and, but I love everybody's stuff. So, all right, guys, it's 4 o'clock. I got to rock. And let's continue on, watch the other crafters. And I will see you guys Wednesday. Bye-bye. I'll post when I get this guy done, of course. Bye-bye. Love you.